Yo.
Howdy, Chief.
Hey there. Can you hear me all right?
Hello, hello. I can hear you, Captain.
Okay.
I hear you loud and clear.
Cool. Cheers.
Cheers, my man. Hello to you, Dave.
Oh, greetings and all that. I'm going to shut some things off here so it won't go binging at us.
Okay.
So I'll tell you how stupid I am. I had no idea this whole time that AB was you in the comments. I had no idea. It makes total sense.
Damn brothers. Yes, that does make sense.
Well, I'll tell you, the first time he was on with that I was there, AB was saying, he beat my left once, and I'm thinking, who the hell is AB? It was somebody from Virginia, and I was thinking Austin Bossity. He's never beat him. And then finally, I think it was one of the trips when I was going somewhere, so I really wasn't I was on the phone, not the computer. And finally figured, oh, that's who it is. In fact, when you finally said who it was, I said, oh, yeah, I remember you. It was the first time you were on, but I was thinking AB. Austin Bossity was the only AB I could think of. But it had been.
Yes, Dave. It's recorded in history on the, anyone can find that match on the, it's on Alex Top Rolls channel. It's called, I'll email you the link sometime.
Oh, no, I don't have his link, but I do have somebody videoed it. I do have it here. But,
okay. All right, well, Captain, tell us the big news about who did you meet, who did you greet, who did you beat?
I was a little timid, but
that was the only complaint I would have about the whole thing. And they had an excellent program, excellent matches. They should have had about twice as many tables at least for the after bowl. They only had 3 tables there, which was not nearly enough for all the crowd that wanted to pull everybody. But
I had asked Paul if I should bring my table just because, I knew what happened at Travis's event, and he said there'll be a ton, but there were only 3.
Yeah, I had mine in the car, and I said, hey, if anybody wants to go get it. But it's but then when we finally got there, I thought, I don't know if 4 tables is going to make that much of a difference from 3. Of course, now they are. They're going to be, as you may have seen, they have posted that Bowen has not left the States yet, and so they are going to have a practice Thursday evening at the same place with Bowen from 6 to 9.
Right. Yeah.
And they're inviting anybody who wants to show up.
Wow. And then when is that day?
This Thursday, 2 days from now.
Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. Amazing.
Yeah. So, because he hasn't left yet. But I told him again, I said, tables in the trunk if you need it.
I got to meet Cam Dennett.
People have been urging him to come on this program and hand you crapola, but I don't know. He hasn't shown
up. What's your impression, Captain? Give us your initial thoughts.
Well, when I was at Knuckles Up, I saw him, in the lobby when I was checking into the hotel. Kind of gave him a little nod, whatever. And then, we were late, so I didn't eat or anything. So we watch all the matches, and then they're like, all right, we're going to bring out a secret match now. And I was like, I turned to my wife and I was like, let's go get Wendy's real quick during this secret match. And then by the time I get back, the after pulls will be started. And and so I did that. And when I got back, Paul grabbed me and took me into this room, the main stage room, and was like, you need to grip up with Cam for a video. So we sort of pulled, sort of didn't pull. I don't know. I was going about 80% or so. I don't know. He has a nice hand.
So this is all to say there will be some footage of this at some point?
Yeah, I don't know if I should release it or not, but
okay. All right.
Yeah, I pulled him. Some of his teammates, one of his teammates was incredibly strong.
Who would that be?
Oh, what's that guy's name? Let me look him up real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure who you're talking about there.
His name is Baby Arms on Instagram, but I don't know.
I'm trying to decipher Andrew's last comment there about machete or machete. Can anybody else figure that out? The last comment in the chat from Colors.
Yeah,
Are
I
we
don't know.
feeling machete today, or are we still?
It's
I have no
probably
idea what
it's
that
probably
means.
a reference to him and Nanya arguing all the time. But I'll bring him on till Nanya says it's not
I
cool.
was going to say, where's your co-host?
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, dude. Your side
Hello,
pressure
Andrew.
machine looked awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was
No
awesome.
one no, everyone's leaving chat as soon as I start posting arm wrestling content. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
So how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You know, someone got chopped up with a machete downtown, and saw some videos of some people crawling out of tunnels underneath the synagogue. I thought that was pretty fun. So
Jeez.
it's been a
Wait,
it's been a
reset.
glorious day for us memers. Us memers are, you know, finally getting one over on everyone.
You're like way above my head. Are you talking in the news in like your town or something?
Yeah, some white kid
Oh,
got
okay.
chopped up with a machete downtown on like the fitness trail that all of the people like to run around on.
Andrew, I'm sorry. Nanya just messaged me and told me I had to kick you. I deeply apologize.
It's good to see you. Good to see you, Andrew. Stay strong. Keep training. Sorry about the incident down wherever that was.
I think he's in Austin, he said.
Okay.
I think Nanya's stuck on a bus.
Oh, Captain. So is the big question? Is it a match or is it a mismatch? What do you think? You and Cam, is it going to happen, or is there?
It'll
nothing?
happen. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was completely certain he was gonna beat me. I'm no longer feeling that way.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Well, that just means it's a match. If you were completely certain he'd flash you, you wouldn't be a match. So
Yeah.
it is a match. Okay, good.
Yeah.
What others did you get to grip up with any of the celebrities while you were out there?
I gripped up in the air with RVJ, but it was so like packed in the after pool room that it was hard to do anything. I talked to Aussie arm wrestler for a little bit. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. Here's the co-host.
Oh my God.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey, what's up?
Just
That's
on
a
this
crazy look.
on this
You're-
short line bus.
All right. Where you heading?
All the Pennsylvania. Got another 35 minutes. But, you know.
What you drinking there?
Oh, this is I use can't leave. Have you ever seen The Bronx Tale?
I have not. I'm uncultured.
Yeah.
I use can't leave.
Cam just weighed in the comments there, Captain.
Yes. Let me bring that up here.
All I have to do is burn out an after pull before our match.
Yeah, he pulled Ryan before we gripped up.
Oh, that's his excuse why it's.
Big, strong Ryan Grondin.
Listen,
Ryan
he
Grondin
also
is known for his strength and being such a dominant arm wrestler. That Ryan Grondin?
To Cam's credit, he was recovering from an upper respiratory infection, and so I'm sure that all that'll be equaled out by March 23rd.
There's always all these factors, you know. It's
Yeah.
What makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Nanya, I have to say you look quite villainous in this lighting. Is that intentional, or can you see yourself?
Well, yeah, bro. I see myself. I'm on the bus, bro. On the bus.
Tell us about VitaCell.
See, VitaCell Biologics. Well, they rolled out the red carpet for little old Nanya. I got the same special dose that everybody was getting. All the
Oh man.
So I got the localized injection in my left shoulder, and then I could have got 2 more localized injections, $7,000 each, but I was paying attention to everybody else.
There you go.
they opted out to get the localized injection, and then they got the IV. And you get an IV stem cell. It's a double dose stem cells and exomes. So it's 14K right there. And that goes in the IV, and that goes throughout your whole body. So I got the stem cells right here on my shoulder, and then I got the IV of the stem cells and exomes to go throughout my whole body.
Nice.
So you're mutant. You're a mutant now, officially.
He's got the engrams running through his body.
Yes. And just to be clear, because the doctor did educate me. A lot of people think these are coming from it's like other DNA, like you're getting someone else's other like DNA from the umbilical cord and whatnot. It doesn't work like that. They're blank stems. They're not no one else's DNA. They're like a GMO, like it's GMO stems. They're blank.
Right.
So they go inside you, like the one injection. It's like 100-something million, but you have hundreds of trillions of stem cells inside you already. So these will go in and attach and supercharge and wake up all whatever your DNA, genetics, or your diet.
Holy fuck, man!
Whatever you have done, whatever you have done to ruin your body and make your stem cells not communicate regularly, correctly, this is gonna reactivate them and wake them the fuck up and recalibrate them. So not only are you getting the stem cell injections, but they're like the process is gonna wake up everything inside you and get it optimum.
So you say goodbye to the Paul Italian match, man. You're gonna be way too. If this stuff works, you're gonna be like on another level by then, like way beyond.
Oh well, both Devin's sons said that I take Paul easily.
Oh
this.
shit!
Right. I don't see this. I don't see this match happening, man. There's too much of a difference now. It's
Hold
just
on.
not even.
1 second. I got a question to ask you. I'll be right back.
That's crazy, man.
About Devin's son.
So Paul didn't plan on all this happening with you. See, he hadn't factored in all this.
Yeah, I mean, Paul will say that he's the reason I went there, but that's not true. Paul was just asked in courtesy if he had a problem if I was going to be there, and put in a situation of if he said no, if he said he had a problem, he would look like an asshole and kind of talking out of place. But regardless, I appreciate Paul. Like that's he didn't go against it, but again, he really was in a situation where he couldn't say much. But generally speaking, Paul's not a rat. Like
No, I wasn't saying that, man.
no, I'm not saying you are. But no, I'm saying like there's some people that are just not honorable. Paul's honorable. Say what you want about Paul. I didn't like him at first, but the one thing I found out about him is he is honorable. And like yeah, he'll cheat in the setup. He'll do everything else everyone else is supposed to do, but he's not someone that will try to stack the deck. Like he'll cheat honorably. He won't be like he won't say something in the background and try to fuck your shit up. If like most people, they'll act like they're your friend, but then when you have an opportunity, they'll go out of their way to try to cut you out of that. Paul ain't that kind of guy. Paul's the opposite. If anything, he's the kind of guy that he's got something going on, and if he's fucking with you on any level, he'll kind of like want to bring you in on that. Like Paul's kind of like guy likes to see other people growing, and like he's not bullshit. The shit he does, like he does love the sport, and he's an honorable dude. So that's why I fuck with him. So as far as that goes, but
so he'll still take the match even if the whole dynamic has utterly changed.
Yeah, no, Paul he wants it like this is better for him because now like there are no excuses. Like say whatever would happen, people would look, oh, Paul, you got all these stem cells. Oh, Paul, you're on all these roids. And now you had nothing. Now it brings, in the public's eye, like we're more even, right? So it's more fair.
Even though the majority of people even people I've talked to are now saying you're such an overwhelming favorite is not even funny.
Why? I don't know why people keep saying that.
Well, it's not me, Nanya. It's when Beerman said that to you the other week on his podcast. He's been pulling 12 years. Well, I mean, what does he know?
Yeah, but he's never. That's what I'm saying. Beerman's never pulled me or Paul. So I mean, he can say
Right. So what is he seeing with his eyes and his mind that we don't see?
I don't know. But I do know that, like, when I was over to Vita Cell House, I pulled plenty of people that pulled Paul, and when I was on the table with the Whisperer, I was letting him hit right hand. I was letting him hit. They kept trying to come over and say, "Let's do it, ready, go." And I'm like, "No, I'll let him hit and I'll catch him." So I was letting him hit and I was catching him and I was dragging him back. And Auden, once he was just watching me and he said, "No, you got Paul easily." I didn't even.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say, Nani. All these people are telling you this, but yet, what is Paul's position on all this now? Does he still think it's a worthy match? Or what?
Paul's extremely confident. And from what I hear,
Okay.
he pinned Shubich. Guy could pin Shubich. So, like, see, you're telling me this, but then when I hear that Paul's pinning Shubich, I'm like, oh.
What do you mean Paul pinned Shubich?
Right.
When did Paul pin Shubich? When did
Yeah.
Paul pin Shubich?
It was at the after pool. It wasn't like a ready go, but when Paul got the setup, he was strong as fuck for real.
Okay, so there you go. That's good news then for the match. If
Yeah.
Paul's leveled up that much.
But see, it's I've never pulled Shubich though, so
yeah.
I don't have to pull him. I just got to look at him. The dude's huge. I saw him next to Sharkovich. Go ahead.
Yeah, I figure, but see, that happens to me a lot. Like, I'll look at someone and I'll be like, "Oh, they're way stronger than me. I don't stand a chance." And then I get on the table and I'm very surprised. So
yeah, I felt that way with Cam Dennett, to be honest with you.
What did I tell you? Though, Captain? What did I tell you? Who had faith in you when you were hitting me up about this? You were doubting yourself. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Yeah, you told me.
Shubich is strong, and if it goes to a long match, he has very good stamina.
Yeah. Stunning looks, too, in person. Very stunning. Looks like a Hollywood type.
Especially with the short shorts, right?
Yeah.
You always give him crap about that.
Well, like Nani just said, it's surprising. Some people aren't as strong as they look, and some people are a lot stronger than they look. So
hey, little advertisement for the next show, either the next Pulling Jawn or the next one after that. So I spoke to Jody Lorette, and she said she would love to come on Pulling Jawn. So I just got to message her, schedule with her. But just so everyone knows, we will have Jody Lorette on the show, interviewing her about her intermittent fasting, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure
I want to talk to her.
Yeah,
I want to talk to her about her movie career.
So she said when I asked her before she left the Vita Cell House, she said just hit her up. So I'm gonna message her probably tomorrow and see what her schedule's like and when it's gonna work. But just for the people out there, be expecting that. Jody Pratt interview / Devin in the background, probably.
Yeah, maybe we could do a special episode too.
How did it go with you and Devin's sons? Did you get to pull them on you?
No, I lined up to pull them, but they were leaving with their mother. They left early when I got to the house. But I was pulling the Whisperer, and they were standing around watching right before they left. As I started pulling him, and I expected them to come on the table next. But then Jody came down, and they were leaving. Then I talked to Jody and made sure I fucking got her on the show. Yeah.
You know what absolutely amazes me in this sport, as tight knit as it is, and I'm not going to name names here. I want to stir things up further, but just we had another example of that this weekend at High Five at Knuckles Up. The people that will smile at you, greet you, say, "Oh, great, blah 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 blah," and then behind your back are slamming you, and think you're not going to find out. I mean, I'm just astonished that people in this sport think you are not going to find out that they're being two-faced about you, because everybody knows everybody else and everybody talks. But it just astonishes me.
I take it the rest of you know. I take it the rest of you know what he's talking about, because I don't.
I'm not sure.
No. It was just a follow-up on Nanya's comment about about Paul being honorable and not being two-faced or having a certain honor.
I didn't say he wasn't two-faced. Whoa, let me backtrack there. No, Paul Paul is definitely two-faced.
Well, and I misunderstood you, but
Yes.
the point is, I just surprises me that people that do think they're going to get away with saying something to your face and screwing you behind your back and thinking you're not going to find out. That just astonishes me. And
Yeah.
once again, that's just a generic comment, and it happens all too frequently. And I'm just amazed that in a small, tight-knit sport like this, people think they can get away with it successfully. They can't.
Makes me glad out on Facebook like the rest of y'all. Wow.
So,
You need,
so
listen,
you saying,
Adam, you need to come on Facebook, please.
No.
Dave? So are you
Y'all
saying,
are crazy. Y'all are like the Wild West out there, man.
Are you talking about Paul right now?
Am I? No, I won't say who, but no, it was only a reference to your comment, about people being honorable. No, that I'm not talking about Paul at all. Absolutely not.
Do you hear anybody talking like this now?
No, but you're the only one that's complaining. I'm talking though, man.
So, Captain, is your match now officially on for Winter Blast? You and Cam Denton?
Yeah.
This is
Hold on
business.
one second here.
Sorry. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a lovely evening, ma'am. Yep.
The other thing that strikes me is, Nanya, you have to give instructions on how to get somewhere or get home to Damon Ransom, because he has more excuses than anybody for not getting to various events. That he just needs a little bit of help there on how to improvise.
You need to know how to read and look through the different like if you're going somewhere, you'd be like, okay, what buses? You don't have Uber like right now. Like, all right, Uber would be. I mean, I'm 2.5 hours from Newark, so it's not an option. But even so, like sometimes, like there's always different routes you can take and you can figure it out. But for example, for me to come back from Vegas, I landed in the airport at Sunday at 9:30. There's only one bus that runs to Pennsylvania from New York Port Authority at 5:30, but I called one at 4:30. There was one that wasn't listed. But anywho, I had to sleep in the airport for 18 hours, then take a bus to Newark Penn Station, then take another bus to Port Authority, and then take another 3.5 hour bus home. I mean, just gotta do due diligence and like look things up. Side.
Yeah, when I went
losing your Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went to Clarion out in northwestern Pennsylvania to college, if I wanted to take the bus, my parents had to take me up to Lehighton, which was about 30 miles north of Allentown, at 3:30 in the morning. And honest to God, it was this local bus that stopped. I said it stopped at every third outhouse. It stopped everywhere, and always empty. It was like 3:30 in the morning. We'd have a half dozen people on it. Well, I had to come home for a funeral in July one year, when I normally wouldn't be coming home. And to get up there, and the bus is jam-packed with all these babes, all painted up with super heavy makeup, screaming kids. And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? And so I got on the bus, and I said to the driver, "Is this a local to Cleveland?" He said, "Yeah." So off we go. And these kids are going, "Wah!" And, whatever. And every once in a while, the bus driver going, "Wah!" Well, to make a long story short, it was Father's Day. So it was Visitors Day at Lewisburg Federal Penitentiary. And all these babes had gotten on in New York City and Newark, and were taking the kid out to see Daddy in the big house.
Okay.
And we let off like 40-some people in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, and after that, they had the usual 6 people on the bus. But it was oh god. So they were painted up worse than Tammy Faye Baker. And of course, now people don't know who the hell Tammy Faye Baker is anymore.
Older reference. Dave, I'm more interested in hearing, who did you get to grip up with this weekend, if anyone?
Well, I wanted to definitely with Pretentious. I gripped up with him. Got to grip up with Metal. I met him for the first time. And the one I really wanted to, and I did, was Jake, the Aussie arm wrestler. Got to grip up with him. But and then a couple other assorted folks. But those were the three main ones. Really didn't do that much because, like I say, it was an absolute zoo over.
Well, give us your impressions of the Aussie arm wrestler as his strength and how'd that go?
See here once again, it's hard to say, if people are just being nice to the old guy or whatever. But you know, I mean, I give him a good fight. We did really neither of us pinned the other. I could not pin him, but on the other hand, we were mainly doing right, and you know, he was basically got stuck at the place people usually get stuck. But here, once again, was he really trying? I don't know. I mean, I hate to, but no, we had. Yeah, we were on the same ballpark. Let's put it that way.
All right. And how about
Unlike pretentious,
right? That's
me and Metal, both of whom were considerably stronger than I was.
Yo, the metal is strong. Oh my god.
Mhm.
what did you feel from him, Captain? Is it a match between you two, or is he too much
No,
for you?
he's way too much. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known him either, except for his costume, because of course he had the hoodie on like he always does. In fact, I said to somebody, I think I said to might have been Josh Tussadori. I said, "Is that Metal over there?" And he said, "Yes." I went over and gripped up, and I said, "You know, you may as well, find out, now personally how weak I
Right.
am." And then I said something to him, and he said, and I said something about it. He said, "Oh," he said, "It's nice to meet you." He didn't recognize me at first,
Good.
and I
Good.
said, "To be honest with you, I wasn't sure it was you either." But
Hey,
but
hey,
but
Dave.
no, very strong.
Hey, Dave. So,
Yeah.
What do you think about me? Like, I don't say anything behind your back. I'll say it to your face on the show, but
Oh yeah, no,
when I
oh,
see you in
that was not
person,
applying to you either.
I'm a real nice guy.
That was a general No, that was a general comment that the number of people that do it and think they're getting away with it. But oh no,
Yeah, no.
no,
What I'm
that's
saying is like
Lord knows, Danya,
I
Lord knows, Danya, I've had some issues with you, but two-facedness is not one of them. Absolutely not.
he's
I'll
he's got
say
a
what I'm
face,
saying.
and you either like it or you don't.
This is the way I like to handle it with people, right? I look at how people are passive aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive in real life, but on the internet, I am. And the reason is I feel like on the internet, if anything, I'm gonna give you like the 100% realness, like mixed with some Nanya, this and that. But in real life, like I'm a gentleman. Like I'm courteous. So even if I
Yeah,
did have
until you
even
hit
if I
about
did have
20, until you hit about, let's be honest, until you hit about 23 beers, then you sort of go off the rails a little bit. But
Well,
but
that's
for the
anybody, but
first 22 beers, yeah, I'll go along with that.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like in person, it's to me it's not two-faced. In person, it's like in person I'm courteous, I don't impose, I'm respectful. When I'm on the internet, I'm I'll say things that I won't say in person because to me it's like I feel like it's less confrontational, if that makes
No,
sense.
no, no, and
In
I'm
person,
no, and
in
I'm not
person,
even talking about that. I'm talking about people who pretend to be your friends,
mhm.
face to
double
face,
agent,
but are slamming you to other people behind your
right?
back.
Double agents, yeah.
Yes.
And once again, that's not even on the internet. It's personal. When they personally go to somebody else and are slamming you, but then they smile to your face. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Captain disappeared. I was going to ask him more questions about the medal and what happened. What
Well,
was your impression, Dave, with the medal? Is it just his hand is too strong, or just you can't move him sideways, or what?
oh, everything. I mean, it didn't really. I mean, he's strong all over. No, it's there's some people when as soon as you grip up, you think, "Holy crap, I'm in trouble." And no, I don't think it was that. I think it was just, I just couldn't move him.
Okay.
I mean, let's put it this way: what movement I did to him was what he let me do. Let's put it that way. And I don't want to give the impression he was being ornery or ignorant. He was not. We were working together, but no, he was very strong.
Okay.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, I would just like to finish on that. So what I do, like my style, I never anything I say about anything I would say to someone else behind someone's back, I would say to their face or on like here or whatever. But like, see, that's sneaky different shit. Me on the other hand, I really don't have problems with too many people. But if people give me reasons or things to expand and expound upon, then yeah, for content, I'll dive into that. Now, for example, the Nanya Dave Shell online beef. People like that. You see it in the comments. People like that. I feed it to them. Me personally, I don't got a problem with Dave Shaw. Anytime I see him, like the pool, like this and that. But you know, it kind of happened organically, where like originally this barbecue happened, and Dave said his side of the events. So you don't let a good story just die like that. I keep it going. I keep it going. It's content. It's a thing. Everybody, everybody like pats Dave on the back and this and that. I'm pretty sure Dave appreciates having an online presence like me that challenges him and makes things entertaining and going at it. And like that's all that is. So like things I
Yeah.
do in this box, in these boxes here, like anybody that
I
meets
got
me in
you,
real
man.
life will tell you, like I am a performer. No, I'm not saying this.
No,
Or
let's put
anything
this.
else.
Don't get me
It's
wrong.
like no,
I'm not
like
applying for a certificate of sainthood.
the Nanya
You Lord,
get on
I
here.
know my faults better than anybody because hell, I have to live with myself 24/7. On the other hand, I try to treat people honorably, and I'm not going to lie.
Yes, Andrew. Yes, I put that in because there was some termite damage and to the flooring structure, so I put that in to help keep the floors from sagging. That was a
That's some
question from the
interesting.
comments.
And also,
That's some interesting.
Captain.
Yeah, what's up?
We can't be giving Wood. We can't be giving Wood any airtime on here. He's starving for attention. Everyone is mass exodusing his group on Facebook. He's about to feel the wrath of the cold shoulder. Hey, Wood, I know you're listening. You're about to get the wrath of the cold shoulder universally. And listen, he gets no airtime on this show, Precious.
Oh,
Got some interesting
damn.
comments, Captain, in the thing there about riding a Greyhound in the Southwest.
Yeah.
Border Patrol. Yeah, I almost some years back, a couple decades ago, I basically almost ran a Border Patrol blockade inadvertently. I just was messing with some the car, some of the buttons on the car, and looked up and there's these damn phones all over the road, and I just got ran through one of their damn.
But anyway, so just like to finish that, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know what your newfound relationship with Wood is, but Wood
I
gets
don't have one.
all right. Wood gets no airtime on this show until he's ready to come on the show and give a full apology and an explanation for his erratic behavior and actions. I am not canceling him out. I am not even cold shouldering him. But you know what? He needs some tough love. Just like you give your child when they're misbehaving. It's like, listen, I cannot like you and still love you. I don't approve. I don't like of your actions, but I still have love for you. So
Yeah, Nanya, I didn't know. I was just responding. I didn't know. He made a comment about my background here about a structure. I was just responding to him in the chat.
Oh no, I didn't hear that. No, I'm speaking to Wood. This is a message to Wood. Saying
Yeah.
Wood.
Okay.
That's Wood. Wood. Well, me and Wood do have a soul bond on eccentric, psychopathic level, right? So, but see, he crosses the line. He crosses the line. He doesn't. He doesn't understand when truth needs to come into play. He doesn't understand when certain things are off bounds. And I'm trying to teach him. Like you can express your ideas, your eccentric ideas, in different ways than involving people's underage children as whatever fucking artistic example you're trying to push forward. Would
I got you.
This is not the way. And I would suggest that other people come forward and tell him that Wood, like, because he is a smart guy. He like, I just don't want to throw him in the garbage. So I'm trying to say, like, there's certain things that he just needs to know that he needs to take out of his vocabulary and his psyche of, like, social correspondence with other people, if that makes sense, of how you go about that.
It makes sense on the level of spectrum you're talking about. See, I'm not on that exact spectrum, so I don't know the level. But
basically, you can pretty much say whatever in my book, even come at my significant other. But I really am old school and stand on the line of children should not be involved. And as soon as you start mentioning anybody's child's name, then honestly, even if someone decided to pull out the Glock and fucking and put it right up against your dome, I wouldn't argue against it. Like so, you can talk about someone's spouse, someone's girlfriend. You really shouldn't talk about people's children. And that's just a word of advice for Wood. He might get himself in trouble with the wrong person in the future doing that.
Oh, and they have
On that
another.
note.
See, there's another big schism going on in AWU Texas. They now have 2 chats going again, but back and forth between the two as to who's allowed in which and who's allowed in what, and who's been banned from here, there, or whatever. Kind of amusing.
So Nanya, you're saying all Wood has to do is acknowledge what he said to you and apologize, and everything's good.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking for him to like fully submit like a bitch.
Right.
All
Yeah,
I'm saying is he should apologize to me and Ryan Grondin for mentioning our children in conversations that have nothing to do with them.
Okay.
We are all adult men in here, and for another adult man to sink low and go even mention your children, to me is just a slimy, insectoid type maneuver.
Right. He acknowledges that he could do that. In the chat, he says he could do that, but he wants something from you too. So you're at a stalemate. He wants you to take back something you said. So
What
doesn't sound like it's going to fly. I don't know. He's not being specific.
Says, tell Chris Gregory to apologize for the bullshit he started, and we can call it even, without the bullshit being specified.
See, I don't know what bullshit he speaks of. Is this me saying that saying $9.99 is a good price for a side pressure table? I don't know.
I have no idea. We're just trying to translate to you from the. We know you're on your phone and you can't read the chat, so.
Yeah, I hear you. Well,
are you going to be at a computer? Are you going to be at a better place sometime soon where you can check the chat and everything?
I mean, not really. I'm on this bus, then I'm walking through the snow, hitchhiking.
All right.
I'm on a whole journey here. And Brandon Allen?
Yeah.
I want to see some of that juicy footage.
Well, that's crazy. Because you said Paul Lynn couldn't. All right, if A plus B plus
Italia.
C. Paul Italia pins Shubich. Shubich pins Brandon Allen. Then Paul Italia may be way more leveled up than we thought.
Well, they said Paul was starting in cupped. He was starting.
Yeah, it was just like after pulling, you know what I mean? But I think him and Brandon Allen had a legitimate ready go.
Okay.
Damn, and Brandon Allen, all the damn steroids. You think that boy would go right through Shubich?
Did you were you watching Knuckles Up, Nanya?
I watched it, Captain.
You did. Sorry, Nanya, you're cutting out a little bit there, buddy.
We'll just talk while he gets back in Wi-Fi.
Hey, what'd you say I was munching on?
What's that?
Were you watching Knuckles? Did you watch any of the Knuckles Up footage?
Oh, I thought I was asked if I was munching on something.
Yeah, what you munching on, boy?
I wish I was. Hopefully, I will be soon. But
nice.
I didn't see Knuckles Up because I was at the Vitasel house getting tutelage from Craig Tullier, and some other people. So no,
Craig Tullier is a good one to learn from. Tullier is a real good one to learn from, man.
He showed me a few things to do against Italia. It's gonna work real nicely. Yeah, I would just like to say, Craig Tullier and Denise Tullier.
Say it, Nanya. It's Tullier.
Tullier. No, they're a lovely couple and awesome people. They treated me great. Fucking nice. Awesome people. That's what I gotta say about that.
Yeah, we should get Craig on the show. He's cool.
Yeah. Oh no, Craig. Yeah, Craig. I bet Craig Mosier, Daniel Mosier. He's cool. He's an OG, and you know who else is a homie too? Brundy, Greg Brundy. You'd be surprised. Greg Brundy's a cool cat. Nice. I got some of his backstory. He was in the military and training with like some Koreans in arm wrestling before he got here. He's got interesting backstory. But yeah. And the Whisperer, you guys would be surprised. He's a very, very down to earth fella. Him and his girl. And I had everybody at the Vitasel house Me and the Whisperer were the closest. We would be great training partners.
So
Nice.
how does a ready go match go between you and Whisper? Do you think?
Oh, a ready go. I feel confident in both hands. I'll get him, no problem. Because left hand. I mean, but again, he was there before I was, so he was pulling before me. So I'm not really going to judge too much because he was pulling some hours before I got there. But I was letting him hit, and I was catching it right hand and dragging him back. So I would let him hit right hand, and then I would just hook and drag him and low hand top roll him. But after a while doing that, he was smart. He was able to figure out and change things up. But left
I
hand,
got you.
but still, it was even like on a ready go. Like you gotta understand, when I practice, Broderson, I'm the opposite of what you think I would be. I'm not looking
I
to get
got
the
you.
advantage. If anything, I let you get the advantage. I let you hit
You're
first.
Devin like Devin
Yeah,
Lorette.
yeah, that's the way I
I got you.
practice. So left hand though, I'm jacked up. I'm injured. I got my shot in my shoulder, but left hand, it wasn't even a match. Left hand, I was even injured, way more dominant than him. But I think he's like 176 pound guy. So, I'm like 210 right now. So
Right. Yeah, you got big. Well, Captain, you got some celebrities in the chat. The Paul Italia poked his head up and Josh Berger.
Yeah.
Wow. Send that link out again. Maybe one of them will jump on here.
get Paul Italia on here.
Yeah, come on, Paul.
That'd be nice.
Paul.
He,
Hey, and Paul too. I would just like to say, public service announcement. Paul, any show you want me to come on in the future, you better put my thumbnail on your fucking on your thing. My thumbnail better be up there, because if my thumbnail isn't up there, if I'm not up there next to Jerry and RVJ, I'm not gonna come on your show. I find that extremely disrespectful. You wanna ask me to come on the show, but you don't put my fucking image on your GIF there. Yeah, I got problems. I got umbrages with that fella.
I guess he heard you. I don't know. He's not saying anything.
Yeah, you bet. I know he did. I know he did.
So, Captain, what did RVJ feel as monstrous and intimidating as everybody says?
It was quick, but his hand was pretty big. Yeah, he felt pretty incredibly strong. Yeah, for sure.
And nobody got to grab Bowen's hand, huh? That's what I was
Yeah,
also
no.
interested in
Yeah.
hearing.
Nope. I thought, but did you see how RVJ handled Brandon Allen? That was crazy.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Brandon Allen had nothing for him.
Excuse me, fellas. I just realized I need to make another PSA.
Okay.
This is gonna be a new thing. I'm gonna have to be making a bunch of PSAs going on in the future. I can see this with all the little drama queens. So this is another public service announcement brought to you by Nani. All right, and this public service announcement has to do with a very specific individual, Robert Kelly of Red Lightning LLC, I think. So, on the Arm Wrestling Buzz, somebody, when people engage with me on a show, I get lost in the ether. Like I'm like Vince Vaughn up there, and I'm like, we're on swingers, we're impromptuing, I'm just. So apparently, Robert Kelly took my words as threats that maybe I might smack him and embarrass him on his own live stream, where I can say fully, Rob Kelly, just like when I saw you at Travis's event in Virginia, and I just sat at the table and stared at you when you were working. I'll do something like that, but I'm not gonna encounter you. I'm not gonna approach you. Because see, like, I know the law, and I'm a violent felon. So like, you are a little dweeb, a little twit, a little emasculated male figure. I cannot accost you legally. Me, I cannot come up to you and provoke anything. And even if there was a situation, and when police come on scene and they pull up my record, like I'll be fucked. So just so everyone knows, I legitimately, even if I wanted to, cannot put hands on Robert Kelly because I'll go to prison.
Right.
So that means I won't. honestly, Robert Kelly could probably come up and punch me in the face, and I probably
Right.
wouldn't do nothing back because I would go to jail. So
Right. You don't want to go back in the cell
yeah,
for waste all your life.
throw this out there. Robert Kelly is in no danger and has nothing to worry about. Right? And anything, internal intelligence security will be there, and they will protect you from me, even if there was a situation, which there wouldn't be. But Robert
Well,
Kelly,
good, because
like,
you're both going to be at Winter Blast.
but no, Robert Kelly needs to understand we're playing a game here. This arm wrestling is not just arm wrestling anymore. This is an entertainment sport. All right, and I'm entertaining. So you cannot get all pussy bitch and take my character and my great acting skills as realistic reality, because that's just not the case. I'm sorry I fooled you, Robert Kelly, but you are in no harm whatsoever. You're completely safe. You got nothing to worry about.
Well, good. Hopefully that message will get relayed back to Robert Kelly in due time, and we'll squash whatever imaginary beef was there.
I can clip it. I'll clip it.
Hey, Robert. You know, it's funny. I really don't have a problem with Robert. He started this war with me, and I'm just like reacting. It's like you know, like he started it. I honestly, I didn't even have a problem with him when he started this. I disagreed with him, and he decided to go all out war. He sent me a bunch of free shirts, free handles, everything, like he was going to sponsor me. And then in chat, I disagreed with something he said, and this is where it all started. I simply disagreed and said, "You're trying to censor people," and that's where this all started.
Listen, I don't know about Nanya here. He seems like a terrible two-faced guy, Robert. But if you want to send me some free handles, I'm very broke, so please send me some free handles. Thank you.
Yeah, this Nanya guy looks kind of dangerous too. Actually.
Very dangerous. Please,
Yeah,
I
he
need the
does.
handles. Thank you.
But,
So, hey, David Shell,
Yes.
can you tell me about this African fella that's coming to Winter Blast?
Not in any great detail. I mean, as far as like his career or whatever, no, I really can't. I mean, he does have a. So we're talking about Wisdom Donnie Brown. He has a media presence. I believe he's, up in the Ghanaian Arm Wrestling Federation. But as to what skill level he's at, I don't know. I know he has some connections with Paul Lynn. That they're friends in some way, shape, or form. But no, I really can't tell you.
Okay.
The only way I've been really involved with the situation. I mean, I'm friended with him. I'll occasionally comment on some of his posts, and I was the one that sent out the letter on behalf of 98, inviting him because he basically needed something to show immigration, customs immigration
okay.
to get a visa.
And what's the name again, Dave? So I can search out his YouTube channel.
Wisdom Donnie Brown.
Wisdom Donnie Brown, arm wrestler. Okay, African arm wrestler. There's Paul finally. Paul is in the chat, Nanya. So
I'm trying to get him to come on here.
Some of you may know, or whatever, I mentioned to Nanya, if and when he finally gets back to wherever, if he has a car again in transportation, the High Five folks have posted that they are having a practice on Thursday evening from 6 to 9 at the same location that whatever did.
excuse me.
I mentioned this earlier, but I don't think Danya was on. At the Hilton where they had the Knuckles Up, and 6 to 9 they're asking $20 because it's the Costa Hotel, and then I don't know what Bowen's getting out of it, but Bowen has not left the country yet, so Bowen will be there with the High Five people and anybody else that wants. They have posted it. I think some of us are going over from Predator. I'm going.
Let me hold on. You said you have to pay $20 to go to a practice. Is that what you just said there?
Yeah, it's practice with Bowen. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Unless they have a special rate for media celebrities, you'd have to ask.
they didn't make enough money with the pay-per-view, they got to charge for practice.
Well,
Yo.
you know,
Yo,
Anya.
Paul.
That's
Well,
what Paul.
well, Beast Mode has
Aren't you-
been charged. Beast Mode's been asking $5 to pay rent for years, and when High Five started, they asked the same thing. They were asking for practice, just regular practice, $5 because they're down a gym. They have raised that to 10, so they want 10 a week. But they're very open that part of it, quite frankly, is fundraising. Part of it is going for.
Hey, Dave, do you know greed is one of the 7 deadly sins?
Yeah. Well, my objection. Well, I'll tell you, Steve Rosenblum used to pull this stunt where he wanted $5 and it was supposedly going for rent. And we found out that since he was on the board of the place we met, he was not paying rent. He was basically pocketing it. Now, I have trouble with that. High Five has been very open about what it's going for, and they ask you for it, and so I really don't. I'll be honest with you, the $10 rather than 5. I think it's a little stiff. On the other hand, if they are indeed having to pay fees to the gym for to get folks in there, it's sort of part of it. But once again, they are very upfront about it. That this is what we're asking. And part of it is going to support their future events. So the question is, do you want to help support them or not?
This is the way I look at it. Look. All right, company man. Listen.
All right, yo. So what's up, guys?
Right, yeah, I got to
want
address.
people- you want
So,
people
Paul, here's what happened.
You want people
Here's
want
what
people
happened,
to drive
Paula. You were
practice. You guys just had a pay-per-view. All right. Why the fuck are you charging $20 for a practice afterwards? That ain't cool.
Well, the only answer I would, and I mean that's a question obviously for them, not for me. I will say this: when people start multiplying the number of entries by the number of dollars, and they think you're making a ton of money. And honestly, I can tell you,
guys,
from
can we
from
get on a quick other topic real quick, and you guys go back to this boring ass topic when I get back?
We are not.
I'm trying, Paul, but
I know, man. We're just rambling on about the same shit. Can we get on some real quick?
Yeah,
Yo,
what's up,
guys,
man?
let's talk about Robert Kelly and the whole live feed issue with Nanya and all that.
Yeah.
So I talked to Robert Kelly. We are officially out of a live feed. He backed out or whatever. And I'm just a little confused, man, because what I was under the impression was, anybody that's getting part of Winter Blast knew the main event of match is me versus Nanya. So what changed, because when he signed up, obviously he knew Nanya was going to be there. Like him, Nanya just saying he didn't like him is the problem, and now he's backing out on. I don't understand what the problem is.
Yeah, Paul, me neither, because that's what I was just saying before. There's no threat on his physical safety. Like he's perfectly fine. Like, this is a guy that waged war with me and attacked me and banned me from events. And then all I simply did was say, hey, I didn't forget about that. All I did on that show, if you sum it up, I said, hey, Robert, I never forgot about when you fucking banned me from that event, motherfucker. Besides that, I didn't say nothing else. And again,
yeah, no, I know. So that's where I'm just trying to figure out, like, why we're at this place. Because I just got off the phone with Robert, and he's just not hearing nothing. He's already booked Monster Factory. He's has nothing to do with this. And I'm just like, bro, you're putting us in a bad situation. The 98 hired you. Now, 2 months before, you're just going to back out. It's hard to get people to do a live feed. That's something that you don't say you're going to do and then just back out.
I know
So
what
I
he's
just
gonna
got
say.
like a big issue with this.
I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say it's because of the only thing he's worried about his safety. I mean, what else would it be? He's scared. But I said, I was at Travis's event. He was there.
That's what I mean. You guys
Paul,
were in person together after
Paul,
you guys had to be.
I never encountered
no
him.
problem.
I never walked up. I never walked up to him, Paul. I stayed away from him.
Exactly.
Like a good boy.
So I hope that we could probably hopefully we can resolve this somehow. And Nanya, you're telling right now, if he came, there would be no physical threat to him at all, right? Nothing.
Absolutely.
You won't even speak to him.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Nanya, the character he speaks on people is a character that is exaggerated online. And when I come to arm wrestle, I am my character, but who is controlling that character? Chris Gregory. All right, and Chris Gregory knows who he is, where he stands, and knows laws and knows the realistic nature of society. And I wouldn't go and accost some little ginger lupus cancer dying little fetus like him. Like, it was ridiculous. I would look like I am a supreme specimen. I have no business
I
going up to
love these
someone like him
monologues.
in any kind of physical intimidating way. So,
Well,
he's beneath
I
me
don't
where
think
I
it's very
approach him.
professional of him, and I hope he rethinks things over. You know, because I feel like you're putting the 98 in a very bad position, and I don't think they deserve to be in that position, considering that Nanya has nothing to do with anything with their organization other than he's having a super match at their event.
And
That's it.
and all and also, Paul, I would like to add this, and David Kotlau can back this up. If it wasn't for AWU, David Kotlau, and all of us performers in AW verse, Robert Kelly wouldn't have none of the shit he has going on right now. So Robert Kelly has everything to thank David Kotlau and all us AWU characters, because without us, he would be a nobody. No one would know who the fuck he is. So honestly, he's I don't know who the fuck he thinks he is, because he's in the position he's in off piggybacking off of Kotlau and Kotlau's bankroll. Robert Kelly had nothing. Just so
Well,
everyone knows.
I don't know all that, but all I do know
Yeah.
is I like Robert Kelly. I've always worked well with him. I love what he did at the FAL, and I just as coming from a promoter and all, I just feel like he should stick with whatever obligations or responsibilities he took with the 98, and I think he should be a man of honor, and I think he should go in and honor what he said he was going to do. And you just said right now that you won't talk to him or have anything to do with him, so there's nothing for him to worry about at all.
And just to everybody listening, if anybody thinks that I have a $6,500 fucking match with Paul Italia and all that stress and all that pressure, if you think that there's anything going on with me thinking of Robert Kelly whatsoever, that's ridiculous. I have plenty on my plate. I have plenty to focus on. Robert Kelly is not even a thought. It's not even a thing. The only reason I mentioned him is because he keeps mentioning me and he keeps taking shots at me. If Robert Kelly was to shut the fuck up and stop mentioning me and stop taking shots at me, his name wouldn't leave my fucking mouth. And that's
all right. Well, I didn't mean to come in, Dave. I didn't mean to be disrespectful or anything. I just was a little heated when I got off the phone with him, and I wanted just to, see if I could clarify everything. And I hope that we could resolve everything, and everybody could be friends, or not even friends, just be in the same place and not have any problems or whatever. So, Robert Kelly, if you're listening, bro, we still want you to be the live feed at the 98, and we'd like to honor everything that we said, and the way you shook Ryan's hand. Just do what you said, man. All right, fellas. I just wanted to pop in and say that real quick, man. I hope everybody else is great. Thank you for having me on, Captain.
Yeah, man. Have a good night.
Later, guys.
See ya.
See you later.
Well, okay. Let me just say, to be honest with you, this is the first I had heard of this at all. I was not aware that Kelly was not coming to Winter Blast at all. And I just sent something to Grondon that saying that I was on with the four of you, and saying that I had heard this, and to which Ryan responded, "Yep, very unprofessional. Make sure you say so." And I said, supposedly his excuse is a fear of being beaten up by Nanya, and whatever. Basically, I said, strangely, he already replaced us in Monster Factory the same day. And make sure you mention how unprofessional this is. 2 months out, and I asked Gronin if he wanted to come on, wanted the link, and he said he can't. He's at work in Western Pennsylvania.
Dave, you were so funny about this, and the irony is, I even right now have absolutely no personal problem with Robert Kelly whatsoever. Like even now, there's no even real beef with me. The only reason there is beef is because he made the beef. He has the beef with me. I don't even dislike the guy. He sent me some handles and some free shirts. I liked him.
Well,
and then I disagree. Listen, this is the truth. The
point at issue at the moment.
No, don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt. Listen, this is the truth. I like the guy, and I disagreed with him, and then he took a public stance and went all war against me because I said he was censoring somebody. This is where all this started. I said, "Hey, you're censoring people. That's not cool, asshole." And then his ego or whatever, and everything mutated since then. But personally,
Ego is the cause of a lot of this. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Well, okay, but let me just.
I like him. I always liked Robert Kelly. I liked him being an asshole. I like assholes. I like people that piss people off. So therefore, I liked Robert Kelly. The only reason I don't like Robert Kelly right now is because he turned on me. That's the truth.
No. Okay. Well, as you know, Chris, I've been party to all of that going all the way back with the who's censoring who and all that crap. That, however, and I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying here. The issue, however, at the moment is this: he committed to be hired by us for a major role in our big event, which was the second largest event in the country last year and might be the largest event in the country this year. And 2 months before it takes place, all of a sudden that goes out the window because he gets gets in a tizzy about something. Whether you are there or he is there or anybody else is there, bullshit. He was hired by us. He agreed to do a job. He is now backing out on no good reason. And that basically, I would certainly hope that other people who are considering hiring him in the future just keep that in the back of their mind that he may pull the same fucking stunt with you. And I'm sorry, Paul, Italia, if you think you were trying to be, blessed are the peacemakers, we're told. And you were trying to smooth this out, but I think it's beyond smoothing. I mean, whatever. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. I'm speaking off the top of my head because, to be perfectly honest with you, except with what I'm seeing from Ryan there that I read to you, this is the first I even knew about it. I had no idea.
Yep.
But I've said before, and I'll say again, this sport has more drama than the collected works of William Shakespeare. Honest to God.
Man.
Oh, wow.
That's a different kind of view of the three of us.
And actually, there's other drama going on. I'm going to mention now in the background regarding Winter Blast, which you will find out about eventually.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, if you want to talk about it, Dave, go ahead.
No. It's something where it'll come out eventually. But no, it's But the point is, the drama. No matter where you turn, there's drama. It's like, what in hell?
Yeah, I can only say there's a lot of strong personalities and characters, Dave, and they kind of clash.
Oh yeah, and Drew just put what you just flashed on the screen there. Paul Italia tries to do he can too. We appreciate your efforts, man. Oh yeah, I am not. I was not meaning to criticize in any way what Paul was trying to do. I'm just saying I fear that it has gone beyond that.
In business, there aren't a lot of takebacks when you're dealing with the business world. It's different than like just friendships or something. Contracts are signed, agreements made for money.
Oh yes, Cam. I'm a real savage lately. Oh yeah, that's me.
Are you back with us, Nanya?
Yes. I'm about to get off this bus right now. I'm coming up the hall there right now. My baby mama's picking me up. My goddamn baby mama's picking me up. Can you believe that?
So where are you? What town are you in?
I'm in Hawley, Pennsylvania.
Okay, well, then you're almost home.
Yep. I'm going to Honesdale though.
So you go from having bad Wi-Fi on a bus to bad Wi-Fi in a car, pretty much, right?
It's not all right, you guys. It's not Wi-Fi. It's data. Listen, when people are out and about, they're on data, and sometimes data has service spills. Not everybody lives in some kind of room with high-powered Wi-Fi 24/7, 365, bro.
Shut up, Nanya. You're fine.
All
right, man.
Adam.
Yes, sir.
I saw that video of you with the cape on.
Nice.
Yeah, Broderson looking chunky, bro. You're a lot thicker. You're a lot thicker off your webcam.
You look so different off your webcam. It's crazy.
You're
I was like,
thicker,
is this him?
You're thicker and you're balder. You're thicker and you're balder off webcam.
I had a midlife crisis of how bald I am. I've never noticed it before. So they showed the top of my head, man. I got some problems there. But anyway, yeah.
So that was the number 3 guy in Virginia?
Yeah.
Nice.
Chris Oken. Yeah, shout out to Chris.
Can I give you some advice? Broderson, can I give you some advice?
Please.
First of all, hit. First of all, hit. Off go. Don't just catch. Hit. Secondly, did you make Taj compilation video or something?
Somebody else did.
All right. Whoever that some bitch is, you should fucking sue him. Listen, anytime anybody makes a compilation video, at least have a win or two, at least have a pin or two in there. You can have even though you look good and it was a good struggle, if you need to have at least one pin in there with your good struggling. Just saying for marketing purposes. I'm a marketing professional,
right?
So you should take my advice.
Yeah,
saying,
I can't catch up, Nanya. Apparently, I try to get to your weight, but I can't quite get to 210 yet. I'm at like 207, so you're still bigger than me.
Well,
whatever.
Either way, Broderson, I mean, you got some good static strength. What I'm saying is, if you get yourself a hit, the timing this way. You got milliseconds to 3 seconds of timing gap that you can time on a hit. And when I say the 3 seconds, yeah, some of the motherfuckers are that slow, and you already know. So all I'm saying is that's a lot of time to get yourself somewhere you want to be. Listen, you don't have to be a hitter to the pin pad. You hit for position, Broderson. Well, what I seen from that short video, if you would have hit the position and then hold and do your thing, then you would have been only a few inches from the pin pad. You feel me?
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Hit for position, Broderson.
Broderson.
All right. Cool.
Since you don't have social media, you should email me so I can send you some videos.
Okay, I'll do that.
lawlessluchadors@gmail.com.
How easy is that? I will begin an email correspondence with you, Captain.
All right, cool. Nice.
The other thing that looked very interesting, if I could change the subject slightly for Saturday night, was some of the pictures that came out of Pretentious and some of the last folks there went out to dinner at some Korean barbecue. I was asked to go along, but I tell you, it looked really great from the pictures. I figured I better, get home because I really didn't know what the snow situation was with, as well as I'm not walking these days. I figured I better. Yeah, and as it was, it's probably a good move. I got home about 1:45 in the morning, and it was so crappy that I actually, believe it or not, decided not to go to practice Sunday morning, which has to be really crappy when I don't go to practice. But anyway, but it certainly looked like you had a real spread there. I presume that was at the same place that's their one of their sponsors.
Yeah. What was it called? Like the cast iron pot or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I did not know that it was a all you can eat deal. And I ate like 4 mouthfuls, and then the bill was like $57. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of shocked me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to expect that, boy.
I didn't know. I was like, athlete dinner.
That's how they get you.
Maybe it's a discount. Maybe something. Menu looked like some sort of guitar tablature. I didn't know.
Now you got to go in there like Randy Marsh. You're a Yelper. You're King Yelp reviewer. First of all. They don't care about Google reviews. They care about Yelps.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering where they were going to go. They said about, going out to dinner. And I thought at 11 o'clock at night, where are you going? Which turned out that's what it was. I'll tell you, when we stepped out of that hotel that night, holy crap, was it blowing. That was bitter.
Is that bad, huh? But you all made it home safe and sound, so.
Just making it home right now. Just about to get off this bus finally in the hall of Pennsylvania. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tommy.
Yep, everybody made it
home. Sweet home.
And no injuries.
21,000 stem cells richer. Talking about them 21,000 stem cells richer. It's icy. Oh, it's icy. It's icy. It's wet. It's slushy. Bro, we can't even have real snow. Can't even have real snow anymore. What
Well,
the fuck is this
country.
shit, Broderson? Look at this shit. What the fuck?
Well, we're just south of you. We're supposed to hit. It's going to be raining all night and hitting 56, so we'll probably wash a lot of it away.
Yeah.
You
And
should
again,
get
we're-
us still Timber Sports. Get them to sponsor you. You look like one of their guys.
Yeah, when they, last year got the snowblower tuned up and did not use it all year, not once. But Lawless Luchador says my internet is out. LOL. So that's why he disappeared. We thought maybe he's. Well, we hope you get it back there, Chief.
It's probably from the ice on the cable lines up there.
I don't know. None of us are able to. Yeah, since Nanya's not is on his phone, he can't even let people. So hopefully, nobody wants to show up and get in because we can't do it.
No, we can't do anything.
But
yeah, it's the storm, Captain. It's I don't know what kind of service you have, fiber or what, but they had a warning for down here that fiber was supposed to go out, but it hadn't yet. So I don't know.
Well, I told him, I said, hey, now that he knows how strong I am or how not strong I am, if he has some folks on his team that getting frustrated enough he can beat him, just tell me when it's Monday practice, and I'll show up in Milford.
He'll be able to make a match for you now that he knows where you're at, Dave, with one of his guys.
I mean, just not even a match as such, but just practice with people that are roughly at the same level. So get frustrated just with his strength. But yep.
So Broderson.
Yeah.
You want to know how my left shoulder feels?
Sure.
All right. So the next morning I woke up, it was goddamn 60% difference. But then the next morning I woke up, I felt it again. Now this is the thing though. So I was sleeping in Newark Airport on the fucking cement with my bag, very uncomfortable like, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be the test because my shoulder should hurt like a motherfucker. When I woke up at 11:30, I did manage to get 5 hours of sleep at the fucking airport. I can't feel my shoulder, meaning I don't feel no aches, no pains. Now, I haven't tried to do any push-ups or nothing yet, but I've been laying off of it. I was waiting until probably about Wednesday or Thursday, and I was going to start it off with just regular old push-ups. Some delt flies, and see what happens. But my shoulder is feeling great. And awesome. I don't have any lower back tension or any hip tension. My right calf is torn. So again, just so you guys know, every time I go and I pull with a bunch of beasts or I go to a tournament, I never injure like my arm. It's always my hamstrings and my calves. So my right calf is completely torn. That's the only real issue I have now is my right calf is torn. Every other ailment I had is a lot better since having the stem cells.
That means you're a real arm wrestler because you're using your whole body, moving around the table, and that's a good sign, actually. Captain, I like it. You adapt and overcome even when the elements throw stuff your way.
Yes. I don't know how long this is going to last, but...
So that your cable internet is out because the lines are down or something?
It's just we have like 65-mile-an-hour winds right now, and there's like a bunch of rain. Yeah.
Yep. So you're on some kind of...
Hey, can we get on another subject since this isn't supposed to be a channel just about arm wrestling? I want to talk about the Miami, not only the Miami 10-foot alien, but the Las Vegas 10-foot alien that seems to be the same species, but all the same timing of the Jeffrey Epstein list and the election. What do you all think about the giant? Well, they said they sent the whole Miami police. Now, listen, I worked with the Miami Police Department before, my father's security company. I know how they operate at a certain point, and I know how many vehicles, how many squads they would send out for some high schoolers at a mall being rowdy. And let me tell you something. They had every fucking buddy that was on duty was at that mall. Miami-Dade Police Department is not as big as you think it would be. I'm telling you right now, every fucking buddy that was on duty was there for some children at a mall with sticks. And that's another thing. I don't know if any of y'all ever been to Miami-Dade County or know how hood it's down there, but kids don't fight with sticks. Those kids all are armed to the teeth. Nobody fights with sticks.
So what was it, a hostile alien or what?
Well, I think it's one or two things. I'll give you the less likely scenario that it was an alien. The most likely scenario was that it's Project Bluebeam and they're making you think it was an alien because why?
Right.
The Epstein list, the elections, them stubbing Trump out of the elections, all the shit that's going on. When I look at that footage, I've seen plenty of holographic footage before glitching. Just like 9/11 and the planes, holograms. That alien definitely looks like a hologram. All right, and people are so stupid, dude. They see Tupac performing in front of them on a hologram. They see all these hologram buildings and shows they do in Vegas and all over the world in Tokyo. But for some reason, people can't grasp their head around that they have hologram UFOs or hologram 10-foot aliens outside of a Miami mall. I just don't understand how people can't grasp that this is PSYOP operations to distract people from actual stories.
I thought we were going to get on an interesting topic of can extraterrestrial life really exist or not, but we don't want to go there.
No, I mean, no, we could. That is the topic. But what I'm saying, no, Broderson, I'm split 50-50. I'm split 50-50, brother. I believe 100% they exist and they walk among us. I've seen them. I've talked to them. I've had them do weird shit with their eyes, looking at me. I've encountered them before, so I know that they're here. But I believe they've always been here. Who's to say that they haven't been here since the beginning? That's not the question in mind. More, it's kind of how, if you notice, the government is trying to now say, "Hey, aliens are real," when they got some shit going on they want to distract you from. I look at it like this. The people in power, they know. They do business with them. They wear skin suits. Joe Biden is probably a fucking alien. His fucking nose keeps changing and shit, and his fucking face keeps changing. But anyway, that's not really the big picture. They use what they have, what they know you already know is true, and they bring that up when they want to cover up something else. So it's like, yeah, oh, Pizzagate, oh this, oh that, oh, hey, guess what? There's aliens, and we're admitting it. Don't
okay, I see your point. It sounds like a power play from those in power.
Yeah. Like, why is Hillary Clinton and all these people doing like these weird body cake fucking shows with like Satanists? But like, yeah, like they're just doing that for fun and games, and all the weird coded words.
There's a question for you, Nanya. Why do people in power work so hard to stay in power and do anything it takes to keep that power?
They're the Knights Templar. They're the old Jesuits. They're the old Jesuits from way back when. The secret society has molded and transparent. The Knights Templar and the Jesuits changed to Freemasons. If you know the history, there's a lady that made a documentary, The Fall of the Cabal, and The Fall of the Cabal, Part 2. Well, she was suicided. She's a nice English lady. Her and some other English lady made this documentary, and they go over the whole history, and they show how the Illuminati, the secret societies, what they did is they didn't stay the same name. They changed names. So when they give you history and they talk about the Crusades and these wars and the different things that happened, they tell you history as it's an entity that came and passed. Whereas the Cabal, the Illuminati, right, the Jesuits, the Knights Templar, they have always changed their name throughout times. They let their order die and make you think they were done and gone. And meanwhile, they're taking all your gold and they're funding wars from both sides. If you know the Rothschilds Bank, every great war has been funded by the Rothschilds Bank, both sides.
World War I, World War II, the French Revolution. Napoleon, here, I'll give you guys a history lesson. Napoleon, all right, was a Jesuit. He wasn't covering an ulcer. You see them when they put their hand in their suit jacket or whatever. Napoleon was nothing more but a pawn for the Freemasons. He was made a 33rd degree to lead the war the way they wanted to. All right, if you really study this history. But anyway, the fall of the cabal. It's on Rumble. You know Rumble? Yeah, Rumble. The fall of the cabal. They start talking about Q at the end, which kind of turned me off because Q, like whatever, QAnon. But really, if you really don't want to be turned off and get some real information, skip the fall of the cabal, the first one, and go to the sequel. And that's when they get in the nitty gritty. And after the sequel is when they suicided her. Yeah.
I just wonder what I've often thought about this. What is it about that kind of power that's so intoxicating that it would lead people to do all these things? I've never held that kind of power.
Information.
What?
They know things. You know how we wonder what's the meaning of life? What's the purpose? What are we all doing here? Guess what?
Sure.
They
Common questions.
They know it. And if you really want to know what's what, pay attention to what they're doing and how to live their life. Because it's two sides of the spectrum. One would say is everything they're doing is challenging God and going against it, if you want to believe that. And the other the spectrum is saying there is no judgment, there is no nothing. So that's why they do whatever they do, is they know that they're not going to pay
for it.
Then
it's kind of a Darwinian thing where those that are above are going to stay above and those below are just going to stay below. It's that simple. Yeah, I can see it can be divided both ways. You could look at it two ways.
If you go back and you research this, it's always been this way. The same families, the same orders have been in power. Nothing has changed. Like a lot of these all right, Hitler, for example. Hitler was a Rothschild. A lot of people don't know this, but you look at his mother was impregnated by a Rothschild. Therefore, he was moved ahead as a piece. He was moved ahead as a piece on the chessboard. That all these great wars and all these things that had happened is that they're playing a game. Like they're manipulating a game. And ultimately, it's the bank. It's the money. If you follow the Rothschilds hooked up with the Jesuits. The Rothschilds and the Jesuits take all the Vatican's gold. They store all the Vatican's gold. All right? And a Rothschild was quoted way back when, before Napoleon, when a new king came into France. He said, I give no shits about whoever is the ruler of France, whoever is the puppet of France that's put there. The ruler of France is who backs the money, and that is me. And it's true. People don't realize this. Both sides of the war, America and Germany, are taking from Rothschild's bank systems. So when you think who's calling shots or who's really pulling strings, is it the people that are taking loans from someone to fight this war, or is it the person that's loaning the money on both sides?
Don't you think that George R.R. Martin exposed a lot of that in his Game of Thrones fiction?
Yes. Most importantly, the biggest thing, and people would scoff at, is he exposed the ice wall. He exposed the ice wall. If you really, the flat earth theories in the firmament picked up once Game of Thrones started. And I mean, it's showing you right there, like if you, Admiral Byrd, and I said this before on a 98 podcast before, but I would just like to throw this question out into the ether. At all these wars, at all these disagreements, all these countries have had, at all the bloodshed back and forth, you're telling me that every country in the world signs a treaty to protect Antarctica and keep civilians out of it, but they're going to war and killing each other and they're still keeping this treaty? Man, you know what that tells me? That tells me that all the leaders of the world know something that if everyone else knew, there would be mass panic and the whole structure of the world would fall apart.
Well,
so therefore,
it won't work. Okay.
No, because therefore, if that wasn't the case, when America was fucking bombing your children or coming and wiping your country out, you would think you would broadcast or say, hey, there's an alien base, there's a pyramid up in Antarctica, there's an ice wall. But still, even when their whole country's getting bombed and they're being defeated, they still don't talk about that treaty. it makes you really fucking think. If you really know about that treaty, it's protected. Every country in the world protects Antarctica. Civilians can't go. There's only a few spots you can go in Antarctica. So,
No, I understand, Nanya, but it's going to take a whole lot more than the world blowing up for me to panic. So just hang in there and hold on to your britches.
Yeah. I mean, but think about it. It makes sense. An ice wall, hidden land that only the supreme and elite have access to, completely separated from everybody else.
But in the end, it doesn't change it doesn't change who you and I are at our cores, or anybody, or Dave, or anybody. You can only be.
Yeah, but it's good to ponder. It's good to ponder. I'd rather ponder for the rest of my life than think I have something figured out and then just.
There you go.
I got it
That's a
figured
good
out.
attitude.
Yeah.
Your imagination is limitless, as it should be.
Yes. Keeps you frosty. Keeps you thinking right.
Yep.
Well,
so how strong are you, Nanya? Are you you're beating the Whisper? You're from what everybody says you're going to beat Italia. What's after that?
I have plenty of suitors that want some action.
Can you throw out some names, or are you not at liberty to say?
I will say this. I know Taylor Robinson wants some, but I'm not going to be ready for him until next year. So I told him summer 2025. I know Cullen wants it, and he's ready to throw out money, but I won't be ready for him until next year. But who I think I will be ready for this year after Paul Italia, and maybe at AW5, I'm gonna have to say, if all goes well and I defeat Paul Italia, James English, where you at, homie?
All right.
It won't matter. It won't matter anyway because one of the Rothschilds will pay him to throw the match.
All right. Quite right. Oh, the other Paul Lynn says, you're going to love this, Nanya. The other Paul Lynn says you should shout out to Brandon Allen. Oh, that's crazy.
Shout out to who?
Brandon Allen. I think that's what he's saying. Brandon Allen might be an opponent for you. Filthy power.
Wait a minute, 320 pounds juiced up Brandon Allen wants to arm.
Yeah, I don't get it, but that's what a guy said in the comments. I don't get it either, but
I stand way better of a chance of beating Brandon Allen in a